start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The Love's throw pulled in by Aguilar. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 right at the 40. Love going to give this one to Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Love. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people just like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. 2nd and 8. Now Love. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Throwing on 1st down. McGrath. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Yeah, he did a nice job to spin out of that first wave, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 3rd down, Love. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The give is to Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Throwing, Love. Completes it to Aguilar. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. McGrath eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it up. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. They know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Love. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McGrath. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On play action. Love to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, McGrath. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off the play fake. McGrath. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
On second down, it's Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Play action. McGrath. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination.
There he goes left side. The 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, McGrath. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and 11 now. Love. Now swing pass for Dillon. They'll give him 4 yards there. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. but what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
To throw now, here's Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Flushed out right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Love now. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Odell Beckham as the first half is winding down. And the Packers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Following the interception, Love. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Robert Tunyon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And a rout is on here in this first half. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down. and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Now left side on this swing pass. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. Obviously, they hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it through.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
110 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Brings up second and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again to Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A give to Jones. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And some room to work. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers continue to roll.
Aaron Jones, and not one of the bigger backs in the league, 5'9", 208, but he's definitely what you call a downhill runner. And he's able to shed the tacklers there for good yardage.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good work.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5, 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up. 2nd and goal from the 1. Off the option, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Jones. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. Well, you feel the excitement build on those fourth down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on fourth down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on fourth down. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Not much there, only a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. McGrath. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert. 3rd and 9. Again, he'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Kevin King with a pick. And into the end zone, it's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake. McGrath. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
On 1st and 10, McGrath.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10.
Back to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll look to throw again. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
On third down, here's Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, They want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. On first down, McGrath. Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Off play action. McGrath. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Now they go for it on fourth down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. 223 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they take a knee. One back in the game. That's Jones. 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Watch 81, watch 81. 45 to Mike, 45 to Mike. Bring it.
And they will take a knee here.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning could...
And he's going to go down. He belts it into the end zone. This is going to wind up the safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, McGrath. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So an offensive final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. Now they're going to fake it, and it's incomplete. It was an exercise of futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome, and this one's over. So they're trying to tack on 2 more that mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had.